By the way, we'd like you to ask questions.
Yes, we love questions.
We love questions.
All right, I think I have a question from John here. John, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. A general question. You look at either the monthly or the weekly for your trend, and then you would do your trading based on your weekly or daily. When you are on, say, a monthly, and you're looking at weekly per trend, why not switch between buying and selling when your weekly triangles come up? Why do you just get out?
Well, we call that filtering. Filtering your trades, I think, eliminates a lot of what I would consider to be whipsaws. And if you can eliminate bad trades or whipsaws or trades that are going against what you consider to be the major trend, you can absolutely improve your returns. I think that's what's important. So one of the key things we have not talked about on today's webinar, and which is very important, is three things. Is basically you want to diversify. See if I can spell this correctly. Diversify. You want to have a game plan, which is very important, and the trade triangles give you that game plan. And then you want to be disciplined. I hope I spelled all this correctly. To follow the game plan. If you have those three things, you are going to do well. There's no doubt in my mind. One of the key things in trading, I learned this on the floors of the exchange in Chicago, is having the confidence to trade. So often one time I heard one trader say, oh my God, everything I do is wrong. So if I do everything wrong, it'll be right. Well, that's not right. You really have to be in a position to be mentally strong, diversified in your portfolio so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, have that game plan, and also be disciplined when you get a signal, like for example here, to take that signal and not try to second guess the market. That's the big thing. I think one of the big downfalls to a lot of traders is trying to second guess what's going to happen to the marketplace. I think if you get in when you have a signal, then you don't have to second guess. Leave that to somebody else because it's mentally exhausting. You don't want to do it. And if you're diversified, it really shouldn't make a big difference to your plan.
Okay, and I think we have a question. Can you start over, Stephen? I'm sorry.
Yes. What are the trade? How are the trade triangles generated? Is it based on some formula that involves moving averages or momentum indicators or what?
Great question. Thank you. The trade triangles is an algorithm we developed basically when it's on the floor of the exchange. It's to do with mainly price action. There's a couple of other things in there, but it's mainly to do with price action and momentum.
I think one thing we should clarify about the trade triangles is they are based on all technical indicators, right?
Yes.
No fundamental information in there.
None whatsoever. The fundamentals can kill you. Trust me. Go with the market.
All right, we're going to go to William. William, do you have a question?
Yes, thank you. I'm going to go back several minutes to when, Adam, you mentioned to stay with highly liquid stocks and stay away from the thinly traded ones.
Yes.
And I would like to know how to create like a master watch list to work from as part of a discipline in trading.
Great question. We do have a solution for that. We use our smart scan technology. You filter trades that have volume over 2 million. That's how I do it. And it eliminates all of those penny stocks, low volume, cheap prices, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't pull any of those up. So what I suggest is you go up to Smart Scan. We'll have this on another webinar in the future. You go up to Smart Scan, you put in the parameters you want, and it pulls up exactly what you're looking for.
Okay, and we're going to go to David. David, do you have a question?
Yes, so I have a question about when you're about commodities. So you use the weekly and the daily for the ETFs, you know.
So using the weekly and the daily for the ETFs, is that what you're asking about?
Yes, right, yeah.
No, for the ETFs, we would want to use, this is an ETF we're looking at, the FXE. We would want to use either the monthly or the weekly. And I know it sounds like a contradiction, but we found that actually works best. And it gets back to also how we started this entire webinar is what type of trader are you? If you are a short-term trader, you could certainly approach Forex, for example, in a weekly, daily mode, which I think works pretty well. And you could do the same with futures. I think with ETFs, you really want to be a little bit longer term. I think that's the approach that we recommend and look at. But again, the great thing about MarketClub, it gives you the ability to kind of custom make your own indicators. We have a lot of drawdown indicators right down here, and we have below chart studies. So you could actually use a below chart study like a, let's say, for example, an MACD like we have right here, and you could say, okay, when this line goes across here, I'm just going to use the weekly triangles to trade. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool, and that's the cool thing about trading is you've really got to find something that you feel comfortable with. And I think MarketClub certainly provides you with those tools. And by the way, we are coming out with some really new things in early part of January, which I think you're going to absolutely love. So stay tuned for that. But we certainly appreciate all these questions because only by hearing your feedback can we make the product better. And our goal is to continually improve MarketClub. We want this to be the premier tool on the web for traders and investors.
We're going to take one more question, and that's from Christopher. Do you have a question?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, my question is regarding short-term trading. When if you're trading short-term and you have a triangle trigger, does it trigger intraday or only at the close of the day?
Great question. No, the great thing about MarketClub is these signals come dynamically during the day. We don't go at the end of the day and look back and say, well, we should put a triangle here or a triangle there. No, it's an automatic insert into the daily charts.
And then are there ways to have alerts sent to you so if you're not expecting, if you're not expecting a triangle but the triangle happens to come, is there a way to be notified of that?
Yeah, we can put, we have an alert function in MarketClub that you can use to set up alerts on any market. I think it's over 300,000 symbols that you can track and put alerts on,
Right.
Both on the upside and downside.
As long as that symbol is in your portfolio, then you can receive the daily, weekly, or monthly alerts on it. All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for your questions. We're going to end the webinar now. Thank you all for joining us today. If you have any additional questions, you can email them to webinar@INO.com, and one of the customer support team will get back to you. We appreciate everyone staying on Friday with us to take a listen, and we'll see you next time. Have a great weekend.